Shahbazyan versus Meerschaert.
At
You
one
got
point, a
Meerschaert.
fast-moving prospect in Edmen Shahbazyan.
Shahbazyan. Yeah.
Man, this fight is the ultimate Meerschaert fight. It is
Oh
the
yeah.
ultimate Shahbazyan fight. Both
Yep.
of them to a T. You couldn't watching this. I was like, man, I should put some money on Meerschaert by finishing this one, man. Because leading up to it, this is kind of similar line of thinking with this fight and the Magny fight. I was like, man, is Magny going to gatekeep again against this top prospect? I don't think so. I think it's going to be there's two types of Magny fights. There's the fights where he holds the line, and then there's types where someone blows right through. And I was like, this is probably one of the ones where they blew right through. And I was like, there's two types of Meerschaert fights, and there's two types of Shahbazyan fights, and I think we're going to get this one for both of them. Very
Man.
fun fight. I
Yeah.
fucking love
If
this.
anybody was like, hey, tell me about the career of Shahbazyan and tell me about the career of Meerschaert, you're like, just watch this fight.
Yeah, it explains everything. That's all you need to know. Because all right, let's get into it for people who don't know. But first round, Shahbazyan looking very good.
Yep.
Very good.
That straight right, man.
The straight right is good. The kicks from distance are good. Meerschaert just a little bit too slow to kind of hang in there with the striking. Getting lit up a little bit. And then, I mean, it's got to be a 10-9 for Shahbazyan, right? And then round two.
Easy, dude. And some call out real quick, Meerschaert.
Yeah.
With the the rangefinder
Mm-hmm.
that he does, he would never do a single rangefinder. He would always go like this, and he'd either double up the rangefinder or he'd go like this and bring it back out. And so every single time you go rangefinder, Shahbazyan would then follow it up with the straight right.
Yeah, he's like, you want to hang that out here? Get ready for this.
Yeah, but I saw that and I was like, dude, that's something that they definitely saw in film where
Yeah.
they're like, hey, he's going to throw the rangefinder. As soon as he does, you have a window.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. And it was working beautifully.
Yeah, and then they step in the second round. They step in. Shahbazyan goes underneath the uppercut to the body, cracks him right in like the solar plexus. Wasn't even to the liver or anything.
Oof.
And Meerschaert stumbles, and you're like, "Oh, he's hurt to the body." He kind of curls, and then they step in again. And Shahbazyan throws that knee to the body, and it just drops Meerschaert. And this is the crux of what type of fight it's going to be. Is it going to be one of those fights where Meerschaert gets dropped and finished? Or is it going to be one of those fights where someone tries to finish him and they slow down and Meerschaert pulls it out? And is this one of those times where Shahbazyan gets a nice finish? Or is he going to gas out because he goes a little too hard and then gets finished himself? And we got it. We got it. Because
Ganscow called this too. He said this fight was so predictable.
Yeah, nailed my pick. Yeah, I had Meerschaert by finishing this one for sure. And it's pretty much, if we did a preview for this, I would think, yeah, I think Shahbazyan's probably going to hurt Meerschaert, and then he's going to gas out trying to finish him, and then Meerschaert's probably going to sub him. And it's like, and it sounds too specific, but it's happened so many times for both of them that it's really not that crazy of a pick to be like, I'm pretty confident this is exactly how this fight is going to go. And Meerschaert, to his credit, there was a couple times where, and who ref this? Was this Mark Smith? I think it was Mark Smith. Yes, Mark Smith. Fantastic job reffing this. Yeah. Because every time he was like, hey, man, I'm about to stop this. Show me something. Meerschaert would.
Yep.
He's covering up. He's surviving. A lot of these shots weren't really getting through. And he would switch to a hit. He would switch to his hip and get the feet on the hips and push away. He'd go turtle. Like he would move the very last second, right when it's about to get stopped. He would move to a new position. And that's not easy to do when there's just a barrage of strikes, because you still have to be defending yourself in that. So you're almost like, I only have half my body to work, because if I start working with my upper half, I'm going to start eating these punches that I'm blocking right now. But he was still there the whole time. He gets up, he hits this awesome takedown where he shoots through on the single, hops around the side, changes the angle, takes him back in towards the middle of the cage. Fantastic takedown. Ends up in half guard on one side, gets the arm triangle in, uses his legs to pummel to hop over to the other 3/4 mount and just pin him down. At this point, Shahbazyan's exhausted, so he doesn't even have to hop off to side control, because sometimes you hop off fully to side control and you can almost escape if you're in the choke. But he stays in that 3/4 mount, the half guard, and just keeps him pinned there, because he's like, this guy's exhausted, man. I don't have to get the choke all the way in. And Shahbazyan fought it for a little bit, but he was, kind of grimacing and stuff, and he's like, fuck, Here we go. This is my career.
Just a flashback to all the other fights that ended the exact same way.
Brutal, dude.
I know, man. I know.
But Meerschaert, man, fucking love him.
What a heart.
Most finishes in middleweight division history. He passes Anderson Silva with this one. How crazy is that?
Just like everybody predicted when they first started seeing Meerschaert, dude. Like this guy will hold the record for most finishes in that division.
Yeah, he'll pass Anderson Silva. Did you see? They were talking. They asked him about, because I don't know if you saw at the PFL, Marvin Vettori and Brendan Allen got in a fight at the PFL at the casino.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, "Hey, what do you think about that? You trained with him?" He's like, "What? No, it must have been someone that looked like him. We were at my house. We were fucking." It's so funny, dude.
That's awesome, dude. That is
just
awesome.
Totally covering for his boy.
Great question from Ganskow. You want to read it off?
Yeah, he says, would you rather have the prelims move right along and have a big gap before the main card starts for a pacing slow, or a pacing so slow there's only 1 minute of actual fights during the first hour? I think they need to get away from main card and prelims. I think they just need to do it like one does it, where it's just one fight card, no gap, because then there's no... One was doing this for a while, where they'd have prelims, they'd have the lead card, they'd call it, and then their main card. But what ends up happening is, say your prelims start at 3, and then your main card starts at 7, like the UFC does. That's now 4 hours that you need to fill, because you can't... If every fight finishes in the prelims, and you now have 2 hours to kill because you have an advertised start time of the main card, you can't start that early. If you start that early, there's people who are going to tune in at 7 and be like, what the fuck? I missed like the whole first half of the card because you guys started it early. So if you just get rid of the prelims, get rid of the main card, you just have one lead card or one full card, say this is when it starts, jump in when you jump in. Now we don't have to do any of this bullshit. They won't do that because the UFC actually makes more money when the prelims end early and there's a lot of time they can throw ads in. They make more money. What do you think? I kind of just took that question.
I'm with you. Ganskow says I kind of like the halftime. I can go eat, grab beer, or whatever. That does sound like a good time too, though.
Not bad.
Yeah, but I mean, even then, right? Like, if you wanted to go grab a beer, go grab some food, it's not like you. I feel like you still have about 5 minutes in between fights with one, right? Like you still have the walkouts. They still have the post-fight interview. You still have all these different things. So yeah, you have a little bit of time there, but man, it's brutal sometimes. You know, when a fight ends early and you're just waiting and you see the same commercials over and over again. By the way, last night, whoever was choosing the music before you all went to commercial break.
Dude, no, they've been doing this the past 3 events. They've been having they had a Simple Plan cover of a Lion King song. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? What year is it, first of all? And why is Simple Plan covering Disney songs? What the fuck is happening? And why is it playing in a UFC? Like, what? It's so weird, dude. I don't know what's going on over there.
Which the song that they were playing, was that from Lion King? Yesterday? No,
I don't know which one it is.
No, yesterday was from a Goofy movie.
I haven't seen that forever, dude.
Oh, dude, it's been so long. But I heard that, I was like, is that the song from a Goofy movie? Dude, they played it over and over and over.
Well, it is Disney. It is Disney.
I guess, dude. Over there, you have Santos just beating the brakes off of Awfully, holding his head, punching him. And it's just like this Disney music going into the break. Come on, what are we doing? Hey, everybody, Romero and Will here. Thank you so much for watching that short clip. It's just a small clip of what we covered this last Sunday.
Yeah, if you want to check out the full fight card recap, the link is in the description, and it's going to be on screen at the end here. Don't forget to go back and watch our fighter interviews that we have. And don't forget to tune in live every Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, and you can join in on the fun.
Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It goes a long way. All right, everybody, thanks for watching that short clip from Story of the Fight.